Okay, welcome everyone. My name's Susie McCrae, and this is the public guest webinar where you've been invited to learn about a business called OnPassive. So you're at the right place at the right time. Our webinars are different than maybe others you have seen. We don't try to convince, pester, or pressure anyone. We know if you catch just a whisker of what you hear today and the vision of OnPassive, you will get back to the person who invited you and jump on board and be a proud global founder like I am and the other people here on the panel and people who are joining us from around the globe. So I'd like to first introduce our first speaker. I met Marty DeGarmo over a year and a half ago when I became a founder, and I knew right away that this man had a servant heart. He's here to help people. He spent over 17 years in the corporate world as a project manager. He's been around the globe doing that management work. And then he got into online marketing for 15 plus years. He's seen it all. He understands the business, and he has a lot of wisdom to share with you as to why he joined OnPassive, and he's going to share that with you. So without further ado, Marty, if you'd like to take over.
Fantastic. Thank you, Susie. Long Brave, great job. I'll try to live up to what you just said. I don't know if that's possible.
Of course it is.
Anyway, like Susie said, my name is Marty DeGarmo. 61 years old. I've been online a long time. I got online for the same reason as most people, or a lot of people, millions of people, is to make an extra income online. And I wanted to make a walkaway income, actually. And it was back in 2004. I can't even tell you the first business I got into, but I got in and did everything I was supposed to do. At least I tried. You know, the right mindset, the big enough why, and all that. We all heard it. If you've been on more than a month, you've heard that. And for, you know, the first one went by the wayside. Either the company folded or I couldn't bring anybody in. And this went on. You don't need to hear the bad story for the next 9-10 years. But it's the same with most people, at least 97-98%. And it got old. I wanted to do it. I kept seeing the same people, even though it was a different business. You see the same 2 or 3 people doing very well. And I said, well, I'm going to have to learn something. So I took the time, which I had the time because I was doing this full time, to learn how to market a little bit. And about 8 years ago, 9 years ago now, I teamed up with Mike Ellis, who was here now, and Dan Street, who's wasn't able to make it today. And we formed a team, and we were able to build very large teams. We would go in a business, build a large team, and the business wasn't what they said it was, or it seemed to be okay. You wake up one morning and it's not there. So you're asking each other, can you log in? No, there's nothing there. And that was really horrifying because you might have built a large team. Now you got people calling you, where'd it go? What's going on? I thought this was great. I thought, you know, and it was really a horrible feeling. Because I'm telling, you know, I really cared about people, and so did Mike and Dan. So we wanted everyone to do well that we could talk, you know, that we had contact with. And anyway, needless to say, that went on for years and years and years. And about 2.5 years ago, I was thinking about getting offline completely as far as working, because I couldn't stand the idea of looking at people's face and saying, oh, I'm going to help you out, when in reality, I knew that I couldn't duplicate what I was doing with 2 or 3 or 4 or 500 people or even 1,000. So, and we made little systems to give people to help them in whatever business we were in. Some could do it, some couldn't. Same thing. Single mom, single man, working a shift, working a job and a half, maybe 2 jobs. They don't have time to learn all that. So I went, man, you know what? Something's wrong. This whole system's just not right. And about 2.5 years ago, like I said, I started looking around. I believed in my heart I was looking for something that did not exist. And I ran into Red Redford and Peter Rogers, who I knew from a previous business. I trusted them. Mike knew him, and so did Dan. And I asked them, what are you guys doing? And they told me about this business. And I had some important questions that I needed answered with the right yes or no, or I wasn't getting in. I wasn't even going to look at it. If I do get in, and I invite people, can they make money? Yes. Is there an auto ship where these people got to pay every month? Might take them months and months to even make any money. No. Okay. Are the products in high demand? They're not a widget. They're not a left-handed screwdriver. Okay. Whatever. There's something that people could use. And they said, yeah, by the millions are purchasing right now. Multi-billion-dollar companies. Whoa. So I said, I'm going to get in. So I said, how much? They told me the price, which Charles is going to go over, which really blew me away. I went back to Mike and Dan and blah, 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 whatever I said to them, and they got in. And from that point till now, the only thing I was wrong about is how good it really is. It was even better than I thought. The opportunity was nothing like I've ever seen. The average person can get in this from any country, any religion, any color, man, woman, even disabilities, whatever, anybody. It does not matter. You can make money with this company. And it just blew me away that there was something like this out there. And once I saw it, it was amazing. So from then on, we started sharing this with everybody we could. What I want to do now is I'm going to turn over to a gentleman named Charles Oson. He's got 30 years experience in the IT spectrum, which is a big deal. Online and offline, successful, understands how it works. And I didn't want to get into the products because I can't touch what he knows. And when he's done explaining to you what this business is about and how that the average person from anywhere in the world, anywhere, can get involved and build wealth for their family and their families to come, you'll see. And at the end, if there's any questions, we'll answer them. Don't get all rock and rolled. We're not going to take any money. We don't need to talk you into anything. We just want to share this business. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Charles Oson. Charles, let him have it.
Thank you so very much, Marty. It's an honor to be working with great minds like you, Mike Ellis, Susie McCray, and even Larry. You guys did a great job introducing our folks here today. I want to say welcome, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're dialing in from. If you're a founder, welcome back. If you're a guest, we really do appreciate you being here because that just means our family is about to get larger. And you should count yourself blessed, lucky, because whoever invited you here, you need to go back and give them a big, big hug. This is a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity that I'm going to be bringing to you. And the way I like to do that is by telling you my story. Hopefully, you can resonate with that story and do what I do. Jump all in. I mean, all in. I'm 100% in. It is this business or no business. That's what it is. And like Marty said, I've been in the IT industry for a very long time, more than 3 decades, but I've also had to do other jobs, okay? Just not really jobs, but other ways of making money, right? Businesses, offline, online, looking for what we call passive residual income. Because a long time ago, I stumbled upon the works of Mr. Warren Buffett, who said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Now, I kept thinking about that statement every day when I go to bed, even up to today. I'm thinking, am I making money or am I not making money, right? Obviously, if I'm not, I don't get a very good night's sleep. So I decided one good day, about 4.5 years ago, to tender my resignation for corporate America. I recall a colleague of mine looking at me and going, Charles, you are very lucky. You must have saved up a lot of money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I have been working so long and I can't seem to save up the kind of money that will give me a befitting retirement. So there's got to be a better way. And I also remember reading once from Robert Einstein, who said, you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That is his definition of insanity. So I thought to be doing this job, J-O-B, we say just over broke, to keep doing it, I'm not gonna have a good retirement. So I had to stop working. And so once I retired, I found myself an office space in Maryland in the United States. And just over 2.5 years ago, a trusted friend of mine walked into my office and said to me, Charles, you won't believe this, I have an opportunity, it's gonna make your head spin. And just so you know, prior to retiring, I had been studying rigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is this: you bring them an opportunity, they will look at it. Yes, they will. Because it's the only way they don't miss out on important opportunities. So I pretended to be like one of them that day. I said, my friend, I would definitely look at it, but I have some prerequisites. I have 3 questions for you. Question number 1, with this opportunity, am I gonna have to recruit to make money? If I don't sell to any one person, am I still gonna make money? And when I say money, I mean real money. Enough money to give me financial freedom. Because if you recall, I had time freedom. I had retired from work, right? But I was still in search of financial freedom. Because when you marry those two, we call it total freedom. So I asked my friend, with this opportunity, if I cannot recruit any one person, because I am just a normal human being, I don't know how to recruit, am I gonna be able to make that kind of money? And he said to me, Charles, believe me, you'll make enough money to leave a legacy for your children, your children's children, and beyond. That sounded like music to my ears. And I said, let's go to question number 2. With this opportunity, am I gonna have to come out of pocket every month in, month out, to pay some bill? In the industry, they call it ownership. Am I gonna have to pay some kind of ownership? He said to me, Charles, once this company launches, you will come out of pocket once, and that's it. Now, that means the company was in pre-launch. And I was happy to hear that. No ownership. And I said, let's go to the 3rd and final question. The last, but certainly not the least. Does this company have legitimate, viable products? By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that mankind, human beings, you and I, will need on a daily basis. If we don't have it, life is almost unbearable. Think of your cell phone. Can you do without your cell phone in this day and age? Think about internet access, Wi-Fi. Imagine not having that anywhere, anytime. Life is miserable. That's what I'm talking about. Does this company have legitimate, viable products? Without that, Any company, any business is a time bomb, my friends. So he said to me, my friend said to me that he told me, Charles, you have an extensive IT background. You will be able to understand these products better than me. So I said, okay. I went, took a look at the products, came back to him, and I said to him, my friend, excuse me, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, we are going to have an internet quake. We are going to have a shakeup of the internet. But I also said to him, it's going to take a while though, what they're trying to do. Maybe 5 years, maybe more. He didn't like that because he's like you and I, we are humans. We like instant gratification. We like money now. And he said to me, Charles, why do you say that? And I said, it's simple. You told me to take a look at the products. I did. And I believe I understand what they're doing. They're using artificial intelligence, AI for short. My friends, AI is a disruptive technology. What do I mean by that? One that comes every once in a while, and it will change the way we do things. We'll have no choice, like the internet. In other words, it'll disrupt our lives. AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding for those of you who are familiar with software development. And you know that is time consuming. So I told my friend, we are going to have to buckle up and enjoy this roller coaster. But I also told him, I don't care how long it takes. I want to be part of this company today. I had something called FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life. I wasn't going to miss out on this one. Not for any length of time, not at any cost. So I asked him, how much is it going to cost me to be part of this company right now? And I was expecting some big amount of money, maybe 10, 15, 20K, $20,000. And I was ready. In the United States, you do not need cash. All you need is credit cards, plastics. And I had a few of those at the time. But my friend looked up at me and said, Charles, you won't believe it. All you need is $97, $97. Needless to say, I was speechless. I was flabbergasted, discombobulated. I did not know what to say. I said, my friend, did you come here to kid with me? He said, nope, I'm dead serious. I said, okay, here's my credit card, put it on there. By the time I was done, it costed me what? $102. So yes, there is a $5 fee that the banks will charge you when you use credit or debit card. Big deal. I told him, consider that dinner for two. But I also told him, I don't have 5 years or more to be monitoring this business. I've got to put food on the table. Please call me, text me, email me, do whatever it takes to get me informed when they are closer to launch so I can get more involved. He said, deal. 8 months later, he gave me a call. Charles, the CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us in 1 week's time. Can you make yourself available? And I said, sure. 1 week later, I hop on the call. And there was Mr. Ash Mofara. Mr. Ash Mofara is the CEO of this company we're talking about. Mr. Ash Mofara, for those of us who have been around for some time, we have come to know and love him dearly. Not only because it's going to help us make money, and I can assure you it will help us make tons of money, but also, and more importantly, because of his heart. My friends, we have lots of geniuses out there. We have Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, just to name a few. All of these guys have the brains, they do. But do they have the heart? As you come to join OnPassive, you're going to find out. Not only does our CEO have the brains, but he also has the heart for humanity. And that is why a lot of us leaders, myself included, resonate with him so well. But mind you, I was listening to Mr. Mofara for the very first time that day, and he said, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. In fact, we are closer to launch than ever. That statement threw me off, and I'll never forget that statement. I was scratching my head, and I said to myself, whom is this guy kidding? I know exactly what they're trying to do. But the list that did was, it got my attention. I was listening keenly. And he said, we've gone to Bangalore in India. For those of you who are familiar with that part of the world, Bangalore is like the Silicon Valley of that country. We've gone to Bangalore. Today we have an office. If you look behind Marty the Gamo, you're gonna see an office that says OnPassive, that building. That building is in high-tech city in Hyderabad. That building that was acquired or leased by OnPassive December of 2020. So it is fairly new. At the time, that building did not exist. Mr. Mofara had gone to Bangalore. He leased 2 floors in a high-rise building. And he went on and he said, we have hired 200 engineers. And these engineers are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, most startup companies are going to have 20 to 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. I know, because I've been part of a few of those. But Mr. Mofara has gone to India, the source. When I say the source, because those of you who are familiar with IT, Indians are the best in the game. He goes to the source. He did not get 20 or 25 engineers. He got 200 of them. And they are not working 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day. They are working around the clock. They are taking turns so that this baby can be born. So now in my head, I'm beginning to think, okay, with this kind of a resource, yes, you are able to cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, yes, you are able to do in 2, 3, 4 years what is scheduled to take 5, 6, or even 7 years. So my belief factor goes up, and I'm listening keenly. Mr. Mofara goes on. He says, some of us, founding members, you and I, have been unethical. So we are going to come up with an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. When you see that, folks, you must sign them up. It's the only way you can participate in this great opportunity. 2 months later, he called up another meeting. My friends, NDAs are out. Go sign them up. I went back, took a look at it, very long document. And by the time I was done reading it, it occurred to me that this is that time. This is serious. This is the time I told my friend to call me, text me, email me, so I can get involved. I am not an attorney by any stretch of the imagination, but I can assure you that NDA made me realize we are about to change the world. I decided to become what I call myself a man on a mission. That means what? That means I am going to talk to everybody who has ears to listen, because I look at the time, money, energy spent from the time I joined up until then. And I knew we are onto something really, really big. So I called up a few friends in my office. I said, friends, we are going to have to spread the word massively for those who want to listen. We're going to do our part. Okay? And we decided on Zoom after brainstorming. So thanks to technology with Zoom, all you need is a smart device. It can be a smartphone, an iPad, a laptop, doesn't matter. And you need internet access, data, as you guys call it back in Africa. Once you have those two, you are on. And what is this company I'm talking to you about? It's OnPassive. We've said it several times today. It is passive. It was not given by chance, that name, because with this business, you don't need to do anything. You can come in when we launch, pay your little money, go on vacation, and the engineers, the other employees are gonna work on your behalf, and you will earn money passively. Our CEO and founder, Mr. Mofara, that I just mentioned to you a few moments ago, graduated with a master's in e-commerce, went back to Harvard to study how to do businesses online. This guy has a knack for artificial intelligence, AI, that disruptive technology I just mentioned to you. This guy is the best when it comes to traffic generation. What is traffic, my friends? Traffic is the biggest differentiator between OnPassive and any other company you're gonna see out there. Traffic is the reason I can dream today. Traffic is the reason I can invite you all to dream with me today. So what is traffic? Let's spend a couple minutes to talk about that. Traffic is the most fundamental element in any business. Doesn't matter whether this business is offline or online. But let's start with offline, because most of us, we have an age. We are digital immigrants. We are more comfortable with offline businesses. Let's say you have a business offline, and it can be a restaurant. It can be any business, but I want it to be a restaurant. It can be a car dealership, a barber shop, doesn't matter. But I want it to be a restaurant because I love food, and I know all of us eat at some point in time. So you have a restaurant, and I have a restaurant. Same kind of restaurant, same food, same everything, same chef. Only one thing is different: location. Your restaurant is located in a busy area, in a shopping mall. People come in and out all the time. My restaurant, on the other hand, is located in a back alley. It is hidden. Well, your restaurant is gonna fare better than mine, and here's why. People are gonna come to that shopping mall, minding their own business, to do their nails, their hair, buy some clothes, window shopping, whatever it is that brings them to the shopping mall. Eventually, they will get hungry. They'll look up, spot your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. My restaurant, on the other hand, they're gonna have to know that it is there. They're gonna have to leave their homes deliberately to go there. Because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So what then is traffic? People, customers, coming in and out of your business. That's it. What about traffic online? But before I go there, I just want to say this. In this digital day and age, if you have a traditional business offline, like the restaurant, you better get yourself an online presence. Otherwise, you're going to be smoked by your competition. That's a fact. So what am I saying in essence? It is true that we have millions upon millions of businesses offline. But it is also true that we have more businesses online than we do offline, because online businesses do not need an offline presence. Typical example, Amazon, the richest company on earth, don't have an offline presence. So there are companies online that make money just driving traffic to these online businesses, because these online businesses cannot survive without traffic also. And what is traffic online? Clicks. That's it. You have a business online, say charlesoson.com. The first thing that needs to happen for you to make a sale is someone has to click on it. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So we have individuals, businesses online. How they make money? Driving traffic to all these billions of businesses online. Typical example, Google. And then we have something called targeted traffic. Targeted. What is that? Say you go online looking for a TV and somebody hovers around your ear. Go to charlesoson.com. And the moment you get there, you see nothing but TVs, all sizes, all colors, all shapes, all prices. What are the chances of you buying? Very high. So that store just got itself a targeted traffic, somebody looking for what they offer. And our CEO and founder, Mr. Ashmo Farah, is the best in this game of driving targeted traffic. He proved himself. When he graduated, he got involved with a few businesses, sent them lots of customers, lots of affiliates. Yes, he made some millions doing that. And these companies also made tons of money. But unfortunately, most of them went out of business. Why? I told you guys earlier, no legitimate, viable products is a time bomb. So Mr. Mofara and his family, notably his wife, who was also in IT, they're gonna sit together and say, you know what? We need to stop driving traffic, sending customers, people to businesses that are eventually gonna go out. We are gonna start our own. We're gonna have some legitimate, viable digital services. We're gonna have founding members, you and I. We're gonna drive traffic to them. They make money, we make money, everybody is happy. Hence, the birth of OnPassive. Hence, you and I can dream today. So just over 3 years ago, Mr. Mofara and his friends, they're gonna sit together and say, listen, we are starting our own business. We have close to 8 billion people on earth. And at any point in time, 7 million of those people are online. And mind you, over 3 years ago, there was no COVID-19, there was no coronavirus. So you can imagine what number is online today. The 7 million people at the time is still a lot. What kind of services are these people looking for? What do they want? So that we can provide them. Some of them are doing online banking. I know that, I do that, sometimes twice a day. And I know a bunch of you do that. And when we do these things, there are people online, companies online that monetize on our services. So these guys are gonna say, with AI at the back of our hands, we can do that too, even better. Some of us online are what? We are on our favorite social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I love Facebook. But when we are on Facebook, what are we doing? We are communicating. We are sending texts, photos to friends, family members, colleagues, classmates. Guess what we're doing? It is called community. And that's how Mark Zuckerberg and his colleagues, they make a lot of money. So these guys at OnPassive, they're gonna say, you know what? With AI, we are gonna do our own community even better. Some of us online are doing what? E-commerce, drop shipping, bulk emailing, email marketing. I know of people online making 6- and 7-figure income just doing email marketing. I know that. I thought about it once upon a time. And these guys are OnPassive. They're going to say, with AI, we can do that even better. Auto responding, even better. Some of us online, we are doing video conferencing like you and I. So if you can see me or you can hear me or both, it means you went to some application called Zoom, put in some ID, and there you are. My friends, I can assure you, Eric Wan, the CEO of Zoom, and his cohorts are making serious money on us as we speak. And Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype, we have AnyMeeting, Cisco WebEx, Google Hangouts, Microsoft Teams. We have a plethora of more than 25 of these people making money, especially since the advent of COVID-19. But Zoom is the most popular. Why? Because it is the most user-friendly, but not for long. You guys wait. You wait until you see OnPassive's webinar platform. We call it O-Connect. The images are clearer, 3D. Some of us have seen it. It is more scalable. It is more secure, end-to-end encrypted. And above all, guess what? More affordable. Like my friend Mike Ellis says, at a lower price point. But let's focus on Zoom for today because it is still their day. We haven't launched yet. Let's focus on that. Prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging 10 million participants every day. Excuse me. Same company took a statistic. April 2020, April 1st, 2020. That number has risen to over 300 million participants a day. I wonder what it is now. A lot more. November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine came out with a report. Zoom had made more profits than ExxonMobil, the decades-old American oil company. My friends, do you guys know why? Ever since the pandemic, ever since COVID-19, every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes virtually. Employers asking employees to work virtually. I have seen men of God, pastors, women of God, having virtual Bible services. I have seen virtual wake keepings, virtual weddings, virtual all kinds of stuff. The world is going virtual, and OnPassive is simply going to help us monetize. Let's talk about another service, virtual private network, VPN. What is that? It's a fancy name, my friends. It's a fancy name for a tunnel. It's a tunnel that cuts across a major network such as the internet. It provides for privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can access corporate data without fear of hackers, can access corporate data without fear of bad guys. Ever since the advent of COVID-19, all these companies, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, asking their employees to work from home. Even the federal government asking employees to work from home. So somebody out there is monetizing on these services. These guys are OnPassive. They're going to say, hey, with AI at the back of our hands, we're going to have our own VPN. We'll call it all virtual. Super, super smart, more secure, end-to-end encrypted, more scalable, and above all, more affordable. I can assure you this. When OnPassive launches, the big players in this space, like Cisco Networks, they are going to know there is a new sheriff in town, believe me. Now let's talk about another service before we move on. Search engine optimization, SEO. Sounds like a mouthful. What is that? We know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. And for those of us Apple enthusiasts, we know of Safari. And everybody should know of Google. It has become a household name. These are search engines. You can go to google.com 10 times a day, 100 times a day to search for something. It is free. Yes, you can go to Google to open one email account, 10 of them, 50 of them. It is free. We all go to Facebook 100 times a day, free of charge. All these different companies, tech companies, high-tech companies, seem to be free of charge, yet they are multi-billion-dollar companies. So here is the multi-billion-dollar question I have got for you. How does Google make money? Most of us don't know. And frankly, most of us don't even care because it is none of our business. But let me tell you guys something, that search engine optimization, SEO, that is so big. And I'm going to explain to you how it works, because OnPassive is going to help us make money the same way. You go to Google today and you search for something, and it can be anything. It can be a watch. It can be a phone. It can be a camera. I just want it to be a camera, only because I do market my camera through Google. So you go to google.com, you search for camera. A bunch of them are going to pop up. And one of them is going to be from my store. I can assure you that. If you click on that camera from my store, you just costed me money. You don't have to buy it. They call it pay-per-click. So what does Google say to its customers? You market something through us, you advertise something through us, and the customer comes looking for it. We are going to optimize our search, hence search engine optimization, bring it to the top, okay? So that they can see it, eyeballs. As long as they see it, our job is done. I have a credit card on that file. At the end of the month, they just tally up how many clicks went to my store, and they bill me, they charge me, and they call it pay-per-click. As a small business individual, very, very small, online, almost insignificant, yet I'm paying Google averagely $400 a month. So you can imagine what the big guys are paying. I'm also paying Microsoft averagely $600 a month. Why am I paying Microsoft? Bill Gates bought over a company called Bing. He revamped it, and people like us have to pay him. I'm also paying a company called GoDaddy for domain name service. I pay them every year. I have a bunch of domain names. My friends, every business online has to have a domain name. So when you hear xxx.com, xxx.org, xxx.info, and so on, somebody is hosting them. Somebody is monetizing. And these guys at OnPassive with AI, we are going to monetize on that as well. We're going to provide that service. We're going to provide search engine optimization. Super, super smart. By the time you type the first character, it already knows where you are headed. Let me tell you this. When we launch, the big players in this space, like Google, Microsoft, they will know there's a new kid in the block, believe me. Now, what am I doing? Just giving you the services that OnPassive is putting together, more than 50 of them. But I'm just giving you the ones that you and I can relate to, because there are many more. E-learning, tracking, all kinds of applications, many more. Some you will need, some you won't. What is OnPassive doing? OnPassive says, if you are an individual, you're a business person, small or large, you need something online, we've got it for you. Under one umbrella, in one place. In IT, we'll call it single sign-on. But here's a big difference. Here's a big word for you today. Integrated. All of these services are integrated. So they are seamless. No company has ever succeeded in doing this. OnPassive is a first, and we are 99% there. That is value, my friends. Remember, I told you in the beginning, with OnPassive, you don't have to recruit to make money. You don't have to sell to make money. With OnPassive, you don't have to come out of pocket every month to pay ownership. With OnPassive, we have the most legitimate viable digital products in this day and age. My friends, if you find this value in any other company in this world, you call me and I will be your first customer. That's a promise. Now, you have all this value. What is it going to take to become a founder with OnPassive today? Because we are still in pre-launch, fortunately for you. When my friend came to me, it was $97. Well, guess what? Today, for a limited time, it is still $97. Why do I say limited? Because we are soon to head into soft launch. What is soft launch? This is the period where we, the founders, we're going to start beta testing the products. Some of the products are already done. They are complete, some of them. And we are going to start testing them out. That is the beta testing period. That is soft launch. And guess what? That $97 might go up. At this point in time, we are not sure, but it looks like it's going to go up in value. So save yourself some money, get on board, get with the person that invited you, and become a founder now. Okay, you pay your $97, you become a founder. What happens next? Nothing. Financially, nothing. You wait until we launch to the public. And then you're going to come out of pocket one last time. How much are you going to come out of pocket with? Around $250. Could be a little less, could be a little more, but around $250. Okay? One time out of pocket. What is this for? This is for you to have access to all those services that I just mentioned to you. So at OnPassive, and this is very important, my friends, very, very important. So if you're a guest and you're listening to this for the first time, sit up, take a sip of water, and relax. At OnPassive, we the founders, we are going to be a product of the products. We the founders, we are going to be OnPassive's first customers. So we're going to pay that one time, and mind you, this is a monthly subscription. What does that mean? The customers that are going to come in after lunch are going to pay monthly, just like I pay with Zoom, just like I pay with Microsoft. However, because we are founders, we are only going to pay one time. Subsequently, after 30 days, the company is going to pick up the tabs on our behalf. AI is going to go to work on our behalf, bringing in customers, giving us commissions, and from that commission, OnPassive is going to pay our monthly subscription. And then the balance we can take home. I hope that is clear. Now, with OnPassive, you can be passive, as the name says, or you can be active. What does being active mean? Excuse me. Being active simply means you share with your friends and family. Why? Because you found something good and you want them to enjoy it as well. You share. You don't have to, but here's the difference. If you decide to share, you're going to win faster than he who doesn't decide to share. That means what? All of us at OnPassive, we are going to win, whether you are passive or active. However, if you're active, you might just win a little faster than whoever is active. I hope that makes sense, my friends. I believe I've given you enough information to make an informed decision, okay? So if you like what you hear, you have questions, relax. If you don't have questions, okay, you can go back to whoever invited you and become a founder ASAP. And I want to round up by saying this. In every business, there is risk. There is risk in every business. What's our risk at OnPassive? $97. And guess what? It is not even a risk for the first 30 days because that $97 is refundable. Up until 30 days, you can simply ask for a refund. Okay? So first 30 days, it is not a risk. After 30 days, then it becomes a $97 risk. Okay? But let me say this. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You can wait and not take the risk, and you can still benefit from OnPassive. And let me tell you how. You wait until we launch. You won't have to pay $97. You will see all the products, okay? And then you can become a founder. But let me say this. All these companies that you see out there, Google, Facebook, Amazon, all of them, The people that make the money are those that take the risk and jump in before the world knows about it. You can wait until the world knows about it, and then you can go buy shares or become part of it. Too little, too late. Yes, you're gonna make some crumbs, no problem. But are you gonna make the kind of money that those that took the risk and saw it before you came in? Nope. That's it, my friends. I'm gonna hand over to Susie or Mike Ellis, any of the panelists that want to have a word or two, and then we can go to Q&A. Back to you, Susie.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Hang on a sec. I'm just closing a door. That was a wonderful presentation, Charles. You were spot on today. I mean, all of you, if you haven't caught if you just catch a glimpse of what he said today, you're going to want to jump on board, get back to the person who invited you here today, because the only way to become a founder like the rest of us is through invitation. So what we're going to do is, Charles, would you like me to do the hand raise Q&A, or would you like it in the chat today?
Well, it looks like we have quite a few guests and they like to feel involved. So since
okay,
let's bring them up. I don't know if Mike has something to say before they come in.
Yeah, I'll give them the instructions, and then while I'm waiting for people, we'll have Mike come on. So this is how the Q&A is going to work. Remember, this is a guest webinar, and the Q&A is for our guests only. I know we have many founders here as well, and we have our Q&A, which is private on Mondays. So we ask that you refrain from asking questions, because today is about our guests. If you have a question and you want to come on and ask it with us, you need to raise your hand. Once you raise your hand, I can see that. I will bring you onto the panel. Your screen will change just a little bit, and then you'll be part of the panel, and we'll ask you to unmute and turn on your video. If you are a little shy and you don't want to come on the panel, please type your question in the chat and we'll go through and do that. So without further ado, I'm going to start doing that, and we'll hand it over to Mike Ellis, who always has great insight to share about OnPassive. Go ahead. Mike.
Yeah, and I raised my hand to show everybody how to do it. Just raise your hand, it's down at the bottom. So
Okay,
you'll know what to do. And then after you raise it and you get called, just take it down.
I'm gonna lower. Oh, you lowered it. Good boy.
I lowered it for you. Yeah. It's real easy.
Yeah.
Charles, that was an absolutely a fantastic presentation, and it really is spot on. And for the new people that are listening today, if you just get a glimpse of Charles' vision, you're going to be in. And I want to talk about the volume that OnPassive is going to be doing as we launch to the world, and we will launch to the world this year. And all the volume that's going to be coming in other words, the customers that are going to be coming into OnPassive, and it is primarily a customer-based business, even though we have the privilege to participate, as Charles so elegantly told us about. But when you think about OnPassive bringing in customers, here's the projection for the first year, okay? This is year number 1. Ash and his team have projected that they'll bring in 100 million customers. That is a massive amount of volume. When you start to think about that, it's about 2 million customers a week, okay? This is massive. And because of how Ash has structured OnPassive, and because Ash has a heart to serve, as Charles said, he's going to share the majority of the wealth with us, those individuals that are founding members. And when I say share the majority of the wealth, it's not 10 or 15 or 20%. It's 50, 55, 60% of the profit, the revenue coming into OnPassive will be shared with the founding members. Today, OnPassive is a reality. It's not a hope and a dream. This is real. It's happening today. We are in the process of launching right now. And when you start to think about the volume that OnPassive is going to be bringing in, it is going to benefit you in so many ways that you can't even think about right now. So I always recommend, as Charles did, come on in, become a founding member, pay the $97, comes out to 105 or whatever, 102, whatever it is, and then start participating with OnPassive, plug in. And as you start to learn more about OnPassive, this is going to be this is going to be one of those days that you'll look back on and know that the decision you made today changed everything. Really, really cool what OnPassive is doing, and they're here for you and I to build wealth online and take care of that bottom line. Susie, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Mike. We always like your insight to this. We do have a question in the chat. We don't have any hands raised. So Charles, you did an awesome job today. Before we get to the question, if you would like a copy of today's presentation, we've put it in the chat, but you can email onpassivenation@gmail.com and you will receive a link with today's presentation because it was a lot of material. So the question we have is, Jeanette Mabo is saying they want to know the difference between being passive and being active. If maybe somebody would like to elaborate on that a little bit more. Anyone want to take it, Mike or?
Yeah, I can start it and then you guys can jump in. When you think about OnPassive is 100% automated, okay? So you can come into OnPassive and be completely automated. You make that one-time payment as we launched to the world, $250, and then you let OnPassive go to work for you, okay? Now, the difference between that and being active, in other words, sharing OnPassive with friends, relatives, people you know, associates, when they come in and they come into your team, your organization grows. And as your organization grows from 1 to 2 to 3, whatever it is, each time someone comes in underneath you is another stream of revenue. So if you're active and you're sharing OnPassive, you'll get to that place, as Charles said, where you meet those financial needs quicker. But whether you're passive or active, whether you're sharing it or you're not sharing it, we will all get to that place because of the way OnPassive is structured, where you just don't have to worry about finances. So passive or active, you will win. We will all win. If you're active, you just do it a little quicker. So hopefully that made sense.
Yes, yes, very good. I wanted to add to that too, and if anyone else wants to, one of the reasons that I love that you can be active or passive is I have a lot of family and friends who want to be passive. And you know, that's okay. That's the beauty of this. I also know other people that want to promote their own business within OnPassive or promote the OnPassive products, and that's okay because this was designed for everyone to be successful. But one of the best things I like is that OnPassive is going to take care of all of the customers, the products, the bill, you know, the bringing in whatever payment is due, handling the troubleshooting, rolling out new products, providing all of the tutorials and videos, because I've been involved in a multi-level marketing company and I did well and I enjoyed it, but I was a slave to my phone and computer because I was doing a lot of the troubleshooting about the products. And you know, you want to deliver good customer service. So I made myself available all the time. But with OnPassive, they are doing the heavy lifting for us. And that comes out of that monthly subscription that we pay, but we only pay it once out of pocket. And then after that, thank you, Charles, for doing that. I missed that. That's because I get talking. I'm so excited about OnPassive. Okay, so I don't see any other in the chat, but we have Infinix Hot 5 Lite, which may be the phone that you have. You're on the panel. If you could unmute yourself and ask your question. Charles bringing on Jane TT as well. If you would unmute yourself and ask your question, Jane, or hi, Jane.
Hello.
Oh, we have Infinix. Okay. Could you tell us your name, please?
I'm Emmanuel Amofa.
Pardon, what's your first name?
Emmanuel Amofa.
Okay, I'm not sure if I got that, but welcome.
Emmanuel Amofa. Okay, Emmanuel.
Emmanuel Amosa.
Anusa.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
I've just joined. I've just joined the meeting, and I'm the first. This is my first time of joining the meeting, and I want the explanation well, so that I will join the queue. I will join the group.
okay.
Did
Is that a
anyone catch
question?
that?
Is you want the explanation? Were you here on time, Emmanuel, from the beginning?
No. This is my first time of joining the meeting.
I know. Were you here at the beginning of the meeting?
Oh, I've just I entered the meeting somewhere 4 o'clock in Ghana's time.
Okay, so you were late. Okay.
Yes.
So what you need to do, send your email to Marty the Gamo. He's gonna to OnPassive Nation. Marty is gonna put
Okay.
a link so that we can see the recording, so you can go back and listen, because it's kind of hard to
Okay.
we're here.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Marty will send it along. I put it in the chat and Marty has, you can send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com and you'll get a recording of today so you can sit and go through it again. Okay, Jane, we can see you, Jane. If you would unmute yourself, welcome. You just go down to the microphone that's red and click on it and it will turn green. There you go.
Okay, thank
Hi,
you. So
Jane, welcome.
thank you very much, Charles and Susie and the rest of the team. Okay, I think Emmanuel has asked part of the question I had, because I was unable to connect from my phone, so I had to go from my laptop. So I missed out on the first, I think, 20 minutes.
Mhm.
And then secondly, I was just thinking to myself, so the one-time subscription of $97, am I right? Can you do like multiple subscriptions in the same name?
Okay, yes. So, but first of all, let me just kind of clear that. Every founder, it is a one-time founder fee. That's true too.
Okay, yeah, let me get it
You pay a
right.
one-time founder's fee of $97. That makes you a founder. And you can pay that multiple times. You can have many positions if you want. Okay? It's just that you have
As a founder.
as a founder. But remember,
Okay.
let's say you have 5 positions. Every founder is going to come out of pocket twice in OnPassive. The first time, $97, you become a founder. When we launch to the public, you're going to come out of pocket one last time, around $250, right? So if you have 5 positions, it means you're going to come out of pocket again 5 times $250. Just keep that in mind. Okay? And you also
Okay.
get paid 5 times over, right? Because each position is separate.
Even though you're using the same name.
Yeah, same name. We have, okay, in every database, you have something called unique identifier. In our case, it is your email address. You just have to use a different email address. That's it.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
Alice,
Jane.
Susie.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, we have a few questions.
Susie,
in
can
the
you
chat
take me
room.
off the screen, please?
Of
How
course.
did I get
Hang
here?
on.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we have a few. We have a
I
few.
thought you'd love to be with us, Jane.
Oh, Jane,
Jane.
come on.
You don't want to be with us?
running?
Okay, all right, we'll take you off.
Okay, I'll stay.
Can you do, I'll put her back. Okay. Go ahead, Lanre. I apologize for interrupting you. Go ahead. And it looks like we have a founder on, Anil. This is for guests only. So we will put him back in as an attendee as well. Okay, go ahead, Lanre. Lanre, I think.
Larry seems frozen.
Yeah, so there was a question in the chat. Charles spoke about 250 the first payment. When will founders be asked to pay that? Well, you, like Charles just said and told Jane, to become a founder is $97. You pay that now. And then when we have our global launch, our official launch to the world, you will make that one-time payment of around $250, and that's it. The other question we have, Oh, there you are, Lanre. It's about a friend who is interested, wants to register, but it's a NARA account. Does anyone want to speak to that, or should we hold off on that?
What account?
It's
Naira accounts.
NAIRA.
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 Oh, okay. I think Larry can speak to that.
Go ahead, Lanre.
Larry, go ahead and speak to that.
Okay. All right. If it's a Naira account, there are a few options. The easiest and faster, quickest way is this. There's what they call a domiciliary account, or DOM account for short. All the banks in Nigeria can open a DOM account for you. It's actually the international currency you put in your DOM account, dollar, euro, whatever currency. With that, they give you a card attached to that DOM account, and you can spend as much as you have in that DOM account. It's only if you have a Naira account, you are limited to $100. And remember, it is $1 or $2 with your $5 charges. So the best option is open the DOM account, get your DOM card, and you can spend as much as you want and register as much people as you want. The other one is probably if you are into crypto, which I'm not an expert in, make sure you are expert in it before you go there. So DOM account is my best bet. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Lanre. We hope that answered your question. We have someone on named Abbas Toure. Abbas Toure, if you would unmute yourself and ask your question. Just a reminder, if you would like a copy of today's presentation, you can send an email to Marty at onpassivenation@gmail.com. And once we have this recorded, you will get a link. Charles, I think you've brought O'Neill on, and he's a founder. Not sure. O'Neill Raturi, you have been raising your hand. This is a guest webinar. Do you have a guest question, Anil? If you do, you can unmute yourself. If not, we're looking for Abbas. Yes, everyone's saying thank you, Lanre, for explaining that. So it looks like Abbas is not joining us.
That's on the chat. Okay, maybe we're gonna go home early today, right?
They were going home early today. That's okay. I'm going kayaking today, so I get to start early. Yeah. So I'm going to do a few reminders, and then Charles, you can wrap it up. Thank you, everyone, for attending today. If you want a copy of it, email onpassivenation@gmail.com. We'll send you the link. Get back to the person who invited you and jump on board. And then the other thing to keep in mind is once you become a founding member like the rest of us, you'll be able to attend every Monday. We have a founders only Q&A. You'll get the instructions in the back office. And also we do these public webinars Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern, with different people presenting. And you can invite your family and friends to this so that we can explain OnPassive to them so that you don't have to. It looks like we have one more Galaxy. If they come in, Charles, if not, that's it, I believe, if he doesn't come in. So yes, thank you everyone for attending. And Charles, if you'd like to wrap it up, and if you do have questions, reach out to the person who invited you, because they will be able to provide answers or hook you up. I guess we'll try Galaxy S8. You raised your hand. We brought you on. If you would unmute yourself. If not, we're going to finish up. Galaxy S8, you are on the screen now as a panelist to ask a question. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Go
Let's
ahead.
wrap it up. Okay,
Charles.
so folks, if you're a guest here today, or Galaxy just opened her
there. Okay.
video, you can unmute yourself, Galaxy. At the
Please
bottom of your
unmute
screen to the left, you'll see a mute button. Click on it.
Okay.
There you-
Okay.
Okay.
Good morning. This is my first time joining this program and I come in late. So my sister told me about this program. So today is my first day and it's like you guys almost finished now. I don't get it right. So I don't have no idea what is going on right now.
Okay, well, welcome. We're glad you got here. But
Thank you.
we started at 11 a.m. Eastern, and
Okay.
you can get what's your first name again?
Maria 2 K
Okay,
as K
okay,
sorry. K
okay,
sorry.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Welcome. You can get a copy after this presentation. We make a link that we can email to you. So
Okay.
you need to send an email to
Okay.
onpassivenation@gmail.com. I'm going to put it in the chat right now so you
Okay.
can see it as we're wrapping up.
Okay.
Because for us to go through the whole presentation again would take about another 45 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I just put the email address in the chat, onpassivenation@gmail.com, and you'll be
Okay.
able to watch from the beginning and get back to the person who invited you.
Okay. All right. I'll do that.
Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much for joining us.
You're welcome. Nice meeting you.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to wrap this up. Folks, if you're a guest here today, and I just want to say this, Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Atlantic Airlines, said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you are not sure you can do it, just jump on it and learn how to do it later, okay? This is an amazing opportunity, once in a lifetime kind of opportunity that someone has brought you to. Jump on it. You've got 30 days to get your $97 back if you don't like it, because it is a lot of information. Once you become a founder, you'll have access to even more information, proprietary information. As a matter of fact, on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you become a founder before that time, you can jump on a Q&A session for just founders. We have a founders only Q&A session every Monday. And I want to thank all the founders who were here today, because we noticed a remarkable improvement that they did not send founders only type chats. They did not ask founder only type questions. But Monday is your day, okay? You can ask all of those questions on Monday. You can send all of those chats on Monday. And we are together and we'll take care of you. That's all I have to add. Have a very, very blessed weekend, you all, okay? And thanks all the leaders who are here and all the founders and even the guests. Enjoy it.